What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and they've done it again. Made it to where I have to watch the next episode because I have to know what's going to happen. So anyway, this is the ninth episode, DWYCK or DWYCK or DWYCK. I don't know what it is, but anyway. So yeah, this is very interesting episode. We learn a bit more about Diamondback and what his goals are. Um, Apparently, he's really focused on trying to control Harlem and pretty much killing anybody that stands in his way or is not buying from him. So, we have a lot about Mariah in this one, pretty much taking over for Cottonmouth. Like, Shades wants her to take over for him and is trying to convince Diamondback that she should take over for him. And so to kind of, I guess, test that, but also send a message to anybody not buying from him that this is what will happen to you, they call together a meeting of all of the, I guess, gang leaders in Harlem. And then Diamondback just comes in and kills them all in brutal fashion. Gunshot to the head, knife to the eye, and then gunshot through the throat into the eye of the other guy across the table. Yeah, pretty brutal. But yeah, I mean, not only does it send a message to everybody that he's not one to be messed with, but also it gave him a chance to see that Mariah did not react to any of it. Like, she was just sitting there like, oh, people are dying. That's interesting. So yeah, she's crazy. But it was kind of interesting to see that after all of that, he's like, why should we work with you? And then she gives him an idea that, people want to be able to stop Luke Cage right now. Like, he's on the run, cops can't stop him, bullets just bounce off of him. And so she's like, once you have the bullet that can do it, so sell it to people. Be a hero for these people to stop freaks like Luke Cage, which is kind of interesting, seeing is that, he's actually a hero, and they're really twisting the truth right now, but yeah, that's to be expected. But ultimately, I mean, that's kind of how the cops see it right now, especially after what he did with the two cops that tried to stop him. He ultimately he saves the one cop's life because the other cop was just like, I'm gonna shoot and kill him, and Luke's just like, oh crap, puts his body in front so he deflects the bullets off and then tosses the cop across the street, knocks him out. So it's interesting to see that the cops are sort of just feeding out of the hand that Mariah is just like, oh yeah, here's this information. Let me frame Luke Cage some more. They're just like eating it up, and it's just kind of frustrating. That I feel like the internal affairs lady that is she's not questioning Misty, but she's sort of overseeing it. I feel like she's got her hand in the evil jar. Like, she's buying into everything that Mariah is saying way too easily. Like, not questioning anything she's saying. Immediately suspects Luke Cage. I feel like she seems a little bit too buddy-buddy with Mariah. I feel like she's probably evil as well. But we'll see how that goes. But as far as Misty goes, this was an interesting episode with her because it was very much kind of getting into her psyche a little bit. The psychiatrist comes in to talk to her. She sees it as antagonistic, as, you're interrogating me. And the guy's just, making it very conversational, just trying to figure out about her. And ultimately we find out that because she wants to be in control, that control was taken away from her. That's why she's lost her edge. And, of course we already knew that some of the emotions got in the way whenever it comes to Luke Cage. But she's trying to convince herself that has nothing to do with how she feels. So it's kind of interesting just to see exactly why she's feeling the way she is. Because I was saying in the last episode how it was weird how she made a complete 180, immediately started suspecting him. And even though we still don't know what was on the phone call that caused her to make the 180, we know now why she's sort of freaking out and why she's acting a bit strange. It's because that gunman made her lose control. Took her gun away, pointed at her face, had complete control over her, and it's freaking her out. Like, she can't stand it. So it's very interesting how they're showing that and how now we know why. And then, of course, the other part of this episode is Claire takes Luke to the doctor who's working at Seagate that pretty much turned him into this and has all of Reva's data, so gives it to him and says, fix him. Like, here you go, fix him. And ultimately, we end off the episode with he thinks he's figured it out. He dips him in boiling acid, which his reaction to it. I feel like I need to start saying "Sweet Christmas." Like, it just sounds so right. Just anytime you're just shocked, "Sweet Christmas." It just rolls off the tongue. Anyway, but he tries to do it. It's not. It doesn't seem to be working, and we end off the episode with flat line. Puts his hand in the fist, and the hand falls down. So probably not gonna die, especially because I saw the picture. In the little next episode thing, I saw him standing next to a computer with Claire. He's not dead, obviously, but still kind of like, holy crap, what's gonna happen? How are they gonna fix this? Is it actually gonna work? What's gonna happen next? I have to know. And so because of I have to know, still gonna watch. I will say that's something the show has done incredibly well, is that it keeps the story going to where it almost feels like you can't stop watching at the end of some of these episodes. Maybe the first few episodes, whenever it was building up story, it felt like you could just be like, okay, I'll come back, tomorrow and get on with the next episode. Now that they've reached this point, I feel like after episode 6 or 7, they've reached this point to where it feels like now it's just a continuous story. Now you're just watching pretty much a movie split up into different episodes. And it feels like you can't really stop watching right now, because if you do, well, you're cutting off right in the middle of the story. Like, something interesting just happened, now you have to stop. I feel like I can't. I feel like I gotta watch the next one. And it's very clever. From an editing point of view, from a directing point of view, it's very clever to set it up that way to make the viewer want to watch more. Sneaky, clever, but I mean, they're doing a good job. It's a good show. It's nice twist, good story so far. Very curious to see what's going to happen, how this is all going to end, but I'm really enjoying it. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What did you like and dislike about this episode? Let me know. We can discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future Luke Cage reviews, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.